Hi, and welcome to EDUC 385, History, Culture, and Society. This is the 8-week course. I am going to explain or give you an overview of the course that's going to take place in a compacted 8 weeks. Normally this is a 16-week course, but when you take it on the sessions, you take it for 8 weeks. So there will be activities to complete each week. There'll be a major assignment to be completed as well. And in this course, we have a community service project that must be completed so that you don't have to take the community service 305, LVE 305 course. That's a 1-hour class. You will be able to waive that because you took this course. I'm on the home page now. Yours probably looks like this, but I do want to show you one thing in particular, and that is the announcements at the bottom. So usually there'll be an announcement, and you can find them here. Or if you don't want to see these, you can click on this little down arrow right by the visual TOC. And you want to collapse this widget, and all the announcements will be here. I will provide an announcement for you each week, and I will also try to send that announcement in an email. And by the way, I am Dr. Andy Steck. I am your instructor. I know some of you already because I've had you in previous courses, and I'll get to know the rest of you on this session, this 8 weeks. So I'm going to take you to the content page, which I find using this menu at the very top, this horizontal menu at the top here. And I'm going to click on that. And what is really important is to take a look at this table of contents. There are course resources, there are lesson modules, there's a major assignment module, lesson plans and objectives, which is going to be very important for this class, and some anti-racism resources. And I'm going to walk you through some of these. I'll try to do this quickly so it's not a long video, but I do have a lot to say. So I'm going to go to course resources, and if I click on that, you'll see all of these resources that you can use in this course. There's a welcome letter for myself. There's a disclaimer. You need to remember this is a 16-week course that's been compacted to 8 weeks, and that it is very intense. So I just want you to know that. Please try not to get behind, because once you do, it's very hard to get caught up. You'll see this video again here in the course overview. Here's the course syllabus that we'll run through at the very end of this video. I have a course schedule. Click on this and you'll see what is due every week and what weeks they're due. And I go by weeks 1 through 8. We are in week 1. Here are some university resources that might help you out if you need them. If you need tech support, take a look at this resource. The Elementary Education Handbook for this year is here. That is for students. You can take a look at that. And if you want some more information about me, you're welcome to read that as well. That is the course's resources. All right. The one you'll most likely go to is here called the Weekly Lesson Modules. Mine looks a little bit different than yours because you won't see that all, but you should see week 1. And if you don't see it yet, you will see it eventually. I just haven't made it visual yet, but I will. And what you'll do is every week you'll click on that. Now I start my weeks usually on Friday evening at 11:59, and you have that first weekend, all of the next week, which would be week 1, and then the following weekend, it's due Sunday at 11:59. I give you about 9 days to complete all of the weekly activities and the major assignment if there is one due. The major assignments start in week 2 and run through week 8. So there are many major assignments that you do have to complete, as well as completing the weekly assignments. The major assignments are here. I'm going to run through these when I show you the syllabus, but you can also go here and find them here. The first one being the annual pacing schedule. You'll find everything here. In fact, you'll find the explanation of the annual pacing schedule. You'll find the learning target. You'll find some pacing guides so you can figure this all out. And then you'll see some exemplars. And it goes on for each of the major assignments. But I'll run through those when I do the syllabus. I'm going to move down to the lesson plans and objectives. You do need to do this because we are writing lesson plans in here, and there is a new elementary education lesson plan template that you'll find at the very bottom. You will see where it is explained using the elementary education lesson plan. These are the Common Core standards that you do need. There's a link for that. You will need to know about diverse learners. That will be also there in the lesson plan as well. Here are some action verbs for objectives because you're going to be writing all of your instructional objectives within an ABCD format. If you've had me before, for instance, for children's literature, you know what ABCD format is, and you know that it needs to be measurable and observable. If you don't know yet, you will learn it in this course, and I will help you with that. And here is also another Word document that will help you learn the ABCD model for writing objectives. And then we have some anti-racism resources because I'm a firm believer that we do need resources for our students for there. I'm going to move ahead now and show you up here on the top. You may be able to use these if you'd like to find other information along the way. There are some assignments here. There will be some discussions in this course because starting, I think, in the second or third week, you will be actually meeting with a group online or virtually online, and you'll need to come up with a group project. That doesn't mean you have to meet with them, but you're welcome to if you like. But what it will mean is that you'll have to have some communication with a group each week that you'll be assigned to. It'll be different. It won't be the same group every single week. I don't believe in quizzes, so you won't see any quizzes, but I do believe in authentic assessment, and that is creating assignments that you might even use in your class as a teacher. If there are group work, these will be groups. This is the class list, and you can email anybody or everybody in the class using this. These will be for your grade. This is a grade book. And this is for class progress, how you're doing along the way. I think that's all I need to show you. I just want to refresh your memory or just go back over saying what you need to do is when you click on this page here, you will actually need to go to this page here, content. And then you will click on the table of contents here, weekly modules. And right now you see that I have them hidden, but you will see when they are visible, you'll click on week 1, and that's where you'll start. There is another video each week that explains the work to be done that week. So you don't have to keep coming back to this one unless you need help in understanding the organization of this space in D2L. I'm going to take you back now to the course resources because that's where you're going to find a couple of important things. The course overview, the course syllabus and the course schedule, especially the schedule. I'm going to click on that right now so you can take a look at that. So in week 1, the topic is social studies, the subject you teach, effective instructional planning, lesson plans, and units. So then you're going to look and read chapters 1 and 2 in the book, and I'm going to show you the book in just a second. And then what major assignment is due? Nothing's due because I know you do need to get a hold of the book, although I have copied chapters 1 and 2 for you per copyright law. I can do that, but after that you will need to purchase the textbook, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I did want to show you this. I'm going to go back and run through the syllabus for you. So I'm going to click on the course syllabus, and you should see it right here. Here it is here. I have office hours, physical office hours. If you do need to come to my office, I'm in the Barclay building. My office number is 21D. You're always welcome to stop there. And I'm usually there Wednesdays, 11:30 to 2 p.m. Not all the time. So I would encourage you to text me or email me ahead of time and say you need to see me. And we can meet virtually. We can meet over Zoom. That is just as easy and probably easier than having you come in, but you're more than welcome to come in if you need to see me physically. I'm going to run through the syllabus now. Here are the goals of Lefevre College of Education, and you can read through that. This is the mission and the vision. And these are the core dispositions and values. And there's one in particular that I am so in love with, and you'll see that in this course, and you may have seen it in children's literature as well. It's the social emotional learning. All of them are wonderful. Believe me, all the dispositions that you're working on in our college is wonderful. But I'm so glad we've added the social emotional learning component or disposition to the LaFetra College. This is the required textbook. It's called Dynamic Social Studies. It's the 2018, it's the 11th edition. And you're also going to work with the History and Social Sciences framework for California Public School. These are the Common Core standards. If you go to course resources, you will find that in that document in the course resources, and you don't have to use this URL site to find it. I have it actually linked to that in the course resources. Now, I don't know if you know a lot about social studies, if you remember having social studies in elementary school. When I was in elementary school, social studies pretty much was read from the textbook and recite back the information from the textbook. I hated it. I hated social studies. And I think that's why I became a professor for social studies to teach social studies, so that is a little bit more exciting. And I'm hoping you'll see that in the work that I provided for you in this session. These are the objectives. You're welcome to read through those at your leisure. These are the assignments. The first one is an annual pacing schedule. This is what you're going to create for over the whole year of teaching social studies. It's just a way to get an idea or a grasp on what you'll be teaching in a yearly schedule. All that information is in the major assignments folder on the content page. And if you check that left menu and on the table of contents, you'll be able to find each of the major assignments, and you'll be able to click on that and find all the individual specific information you need. You're going to be taking a look at 2 books that you might use at the same time or want to use one before the other on a topic. It's called the Twin Text Experience, and you're going to then fill in some information about those 2 books on the same topic. You will actually go out into the real world and experience a culture other than your own. You'll need to do this by week 4, so you should probably be starting to think about it in week 1, so you will have it. What you will have is a reflection of your experience that you will submit to me. And you could go to a church, you can go to a grocery store other than the one you normally go to. You can go to maybe a festival. There are lots of things that you could places or things to go to that you can experience another culture other than your own. Take along a significant other, a sibling, your children, whatever, and they can experience it with you. And then you're going to write a reflection. You do need to identify these 3 bullets within your reflection. And if you don't get credit for it, but you will get credited if you submit your reflection and include these 3 bullets. I'll remind you of that anyways. And then you're going to create an integrated lesson plan. This will be probably your second one. Your first one, you're just going to create a sample lesson plan, and I'm going to give you some feedback on that. But this is an integrated lesson plan. You're going to actually integrate 2 subject areas. One will be social studies, one could be math, one could be science, one could be English language arts, any of those, and you will actually create using that elementary education lesson plan. It's brand new. The faculty in our program, in the elementary education program, have spent time putting that together and making changes that needed from the previous one, which was the educational studies plan. You're also going to create a unit plan, and you'll learn more about that along the way, and you're going to actually write 3 more lesson plans with your unit plan. This is the community service. This is what I was talking about, that you may need to start thinking about also in the first week. So all ULV graduates must fulfill a course requirement for community service within this course. Now, if you've already taken LVE 305 community service, let me know, because you've actually taken the 1-hour course. But if you haven't, you will get to waive that 1-hour course because you've taken it within this subject. And hopefully your advisors have suggested that you take it that way and not have to add on an additional credit hour to the work you're doing already. But you're actually going to go out and volunteer in the community in a variety of ways. It's up to you. If you want to work with an organization, if you want to work with a school, there's plenty of things out in the community that you can do, and you will need to. I think it's 20 hours. I can't remember for sure, but I think it's 20 hours. You'll need to start that soon, because if you're going to do that every week, you'll need to make sure you can fit that all in. And what you'll keep is a journal of what you do. Even if it's the same task, there might be other things going on. You're going to write about a journal or a diary of each time you volunteer. And then you're also going to provide a reflection. And you're going to add some information about the community organization, whatever you decide to do, and maybe some pictures that would go along with it. That is your community service project that you'll get credit for. You're going to also create an artificial intelligence lesson, or a lesson using artificial intelligence as a teacher, not as a student, but you're actually going to look at some tools for artificial intelligence. Pick one of them and actually create, maybe it's a lesson plan, maybe it is slides, maybe it's an activity that you're going to use with students, and you're going to actually talk about several different things. You're going to share how it benefited not only you as a teacher, but also your students. You're going to analyze your final product and share how you'll use it in the future. So you're actually going to create the project, or whatever the instruction is you have, and then you're going to reflect on that. That's due week 7, as you see there. Last but not least is your final exam. That's an e-portfolio. You're actually going to create an e-portfolio to showcase all of your assignments, your major assignments. You're going to write a reflection on each of those assignments, just a brief one, and you're going to put that into your e-portfolio. And then you're also going to have a page of resources that you might use as a teacher teaching social studies. Now, you may use resources that I provide. It may be resources you come across when you are researching for the variety of activities and assignments that are due for this class, whatever you want, but you need to include that as well. And then you're going to screencast your e-portfolio. You're not going to walk me through it, but what you're going to do is answer 3 questions. Which assignment was probably the most challenging? Which might be your favorite? And which one best represents you as a teacher? It could be all to answer that question. Those questions could be one assignment, or it could be 3 different assignments, or 2. It's up to you and what you decide. And then you're going to put that in the e-portfolio Dropbox along with a link to your screencast. And that's your final exam. Here are the assignments at a glance. At the end, you'll receive your score and points. You'll be able to divide the total points of the class into your points and determine what letter grade you would receive for the course. This is the University Diversity Statement. This is the hotline. This is the Title IX statement, in case you need that. If you feel someone's discriminating against you, you can use the social justice form here. If you need some accommodations at all, please visit the Accessibility Services Office and they will help you out with that. Then I have some policies here just in regards to plagiarism. Please, please, please give anybody credit whose work you use, as you would love it if you had some work and you'd want people to credit you for the work you've done. Here's the attendance policy, a late work policy, instructor's attendance policy, and online attendance. So those are the policies, and that's it for the syllabus. That's it for an overview of the course. As always, if you have questions, check with somebody you might know in class first before you ask me, because sometimes they can answer it quicker than I can. But otherwise, you're more than welcome to ask me questions about the course or about any of the assignments or any of the activities. You're welcome to do that as well. Otherwise, that's it for the overview, and I'll see you online.